Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
If you lie to the government, they'll put you in prison. But when they lie to all of us, it's called being a politician. You think taking guns away will save our kids from the killings, but you're pro-choice, abortion kills way more children. If America's so terrible and racist, it probably isn't safe to encourage immigration. Just saying, all the contradictions are embarrassing. You know who hates America the most? Americans.
Except for it's getting better. There are now 24 states that are full-blown constitutional carry. So quit messing with people on the street, god dang it. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. NASCAR, what's up? Just popped in like that. Nobody expected.
Brother Paul.
Damn. I got a bunch of invites out. Not everybody's showing up because it's a holiday weekend. I didn't know. Last word I heard, Mr. DeLucia. Hey, we can call him Penis now. He's not here. Mr. Michael Penis DeLucia is up north with his family. And I got a bunch of other invites out. Nobody's showing up yet. We'll see what happens. Let me check my Facebook real quick to make sure I got Gunpowder Beauty on the list. Because that would suck and she would hate me and probably drive up and shoot at me.
I would
too. Yep, she's on there.
Marvelous.
Ohio's got an invite. I don't know where he's at. He might be working a weird shift. Or
He's in West Virginia.
What?
Yeah, he put on Facebook he was in West Virginia.
Oh, I see. I wonder if he's going to stop in South Carolina again. Just saying. Hey, everybody. Hey, Uncle Kyle. Silent watchers, you're always welcome.
Hey, Uncle Kyle.
Well, maybe not all of you. There might be one or two out there that, you know.
Yeah.
Hang on, if you don't mind, because everybody get a laugh out of this. But at the risk of sounding like I'm from Alabama, to my dear brother, Uncle Cal, howdy. Hear that brother, uncle part.
Prepping to Endure is back in first place, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, buddy? I hope you're feeling better or well or on your feet or whatever in the hell you're struggling with. Damn it. Miss Shelley Michelle, front and center. What's up, girl?
Hey.
MCK popping in to say howdy. Probably at work. Gerald B, nice to see you. And whoever that was. HRM Weapons Machinist, nice to see you. PNASCARs, of course, already shouting out. Miss Dish Outdoors, the video Wonder Woman herself.
Hello, everybody.
It's going to be epic. She's been editing for like 8 months now. I can't wait.
I can't either.
My beautiful sidekick who cooks like a mofo, Susie.
Hi, everybody.
Mr. Stump Greenwood, what's up, brother?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Every time you say that, I think of, and I can't remember the guy's name. What's going on? What's going on?
And here I was thinking you were going to say you got wet. Damn.
I might be old, but I ain't that old yet. Oh, I pissed myself down. I'll be right there. Nothing like a good old sneezing squirt.
Right.
She's already got orders. I get that old and feeble, just roll me out back. I'll, my last thing, I'm going to build a nice wood trail to the back of the property. She can just wheel me out back and then go have a picnic, and I'll be done with it. Right? And then you own everything. You can open up that browser you always wanted.
Open up that what?
brothel.
What's a brothel?
What's a brothel?
That's a cat house, baby doll.
Or,
Oh, no. No.
I work.
She says no, but she's grinning and blushing and hiding that face. I think there's some truth to that shit.
right?
I work the books.
Okay. Ah.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
gosh.
Count the money.
You copying me?
No.
God, I'm already starting to say the same stuff.
If Lisa's gonna count the money, I'll pitch in and come shoot people that don't pay up.
There you go.
Woohoo!
We got 10 acres worth of body space, so
Hey,
Hell yeah.
up north brothel.
Dude, a decent backhoe, 12 foot, you can stack 3 to a hole. Damn, 10 acres will last a while.
I remember, I'm having to say 15 or 20 years ago, they busted a big ring up north for deer hunting season, driving around in pink trailers. And it
Yeah.
was a whorehouse on wheels for the deer hunters.
Oh yeah.
Busted them big time,
Wow.
Oh, that's not fair.
right?
More than likely the cops are jealous because they didn't get a damn discount.
Right.
Probably didn't get their little payola.
Right?
I'll be all glad it wasn't them. Busted.
Or the police chief was probably laughing one night and told his God-fearing wife the story. She made him go bust him.
Right.
You gotta do something about that. Good Lord Almighty. So we're trying to make a decision, the better half and I.
Uh-oh.
Throw caution to the wind and move up north before winter, or wait the winter out here and wait till spring.
What do your supplies look like?
As far as eating and sleeping, fine.
You got victuals covered, you got a way to stay warm, and you can be comfortable at night. Dude, it don't make a damn if you're living or camping or bushwhacking or whatever. As long as you can lay down fat, happy, and dry, fuck it. What's it matter?
Right?
Cabin fever. I'd do it.
Well, maybe it'd happen. I got the shitter built. That's the important part.
Yeah, right.
You know how to make it more fun to a snowmobile, man.
Ooh. Actually have a place to ride it.
Yes.
Right.
You're actually far enough out in the boonies, you can jump on the snowmobile, take off down through the woods, get her about a half a wine cooler from what I hear to get her loosened up, and you can make weird little shapes in the snow.
I got full-blown state land and hundreds of miles of trails, less than what, Dish? Quarter mile from the house?
Yeah, really close.
So zip up the road and you're in the woods.
It's a
Following
lot of property to break in.
Right?
Is that the one with the river running through it?
Yep. The river runs through it.
Well,
Great
let's
movie.
look at that river again. I know what it is. It starts with an M. Manistee River? No.
Bingo.
I got it.
Ta-da!
Good.
Brain does work.
You get 5 free trips up there.
Hey, that's gas, $30. There, $30 back.
Right.
Ain't gonna
What up, MCK? I think I missed you on the rundown. Sorry, bro. Yeah, so we wouldn't be able to start. And actually, if we got up there this winter and got settled in and made it home, we could actually get a garden in early spring.
Yeah.
If we wait till spring, we'll probably miss planting season because we'll be moving and boxing and all the
Right.
other stuff.
The hardest part is January and February, right?
Well, once it gets below 10 degrees below zero, it's all about the same.
Yeah, once it gets so cold, it don't matter what that fucking number is. It just fucking sucks.
Just stay in the house.
It gets colder up there than down here.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's very
saying
early.
earlier.
Have you looked at the weather lately? It's been kind of cool up there. Night up there already.
Well, it's supposed to be. That's what kills the mosquitoes.
Yay!
Right?
And by
That's
the way, I got my new mosquito repellent. They don't even touch me when she's around.
Oh yeah.
Brenda J, what's up? Yeah, I've been pretty lucky. My daughter was a mosquito magnet. Then she moved out, and now I got a new mosquito magnet that moved in. So
Hell yeah.
no bites here. Sorry.
Plus, another good thing, if you go ahead and go up now, you'll be up there for the winter hunting seasons. You can go ahead and put plenty of meat in the freezer for next year.
There is that.
Gotta get a freezer.
By the time winter hits, I should know the area. I know the area now, but I'll have some like honey holes picked out.
Right?
Where the
So you get that chunk of water running through there. You'll be able to get in some pretty decent fishing too, I would imagine.
yeah, that river is full of huge brown trout. All the little side connector streams are full of rainbows, brookies, and browns, smaller ones, and there's a salmon run too. So
Y'all got a regular bear season and visitor hunter type shit?
not yet. It's still on the lottery.
Damn it.
But I think living up there, you have a better chance of getting a license
Right.
because you're in the zone. Michigan's cut up into what, 3 zones?
3.
Yeah.
We've got a bear season now, but it's our extreme northern zone, and it's only like 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate Russian like that.
Well, it's our bear population is damn near non-existent. It's just enough that they've started to show up in people's backyards, robbing trash cans and shit. So they figured they'd throw up a little short hunting season and try to thin them out a little bit.
P. NASCAR says, back to the hooker idea. I bet there was a lot of deer hunters that have no luck in hopping out of their stands and pop them a 2-legged whitetail, right?
Yeah.
There's an
Probably
old,
never even got out of their camper. What are you talking about?
there's an old story going around where this hunter goes up to the deer hunting camp for the weekend with the fellas. And when he gets home, the wife asks him, how was your trip? Oh, it was great, honey. It was really great, but you didn't pack me any underwear. She says they were in your gun case.
Oh, hell.
Ooh, that was a good one.
So obviously he never unzipped that.
Damn.
Wow.
Wah, wah, wah.
Damn.
That's no good.
Ooh.
I mean, if the story had went along the lines of, he had forgotten his gun, but he lied about it, then we all could have thought maybe it was about a Mike story.
Oh boy. That was a good one.
Dumb.
Yes,
That's hilarious.
I have my moments.
Mama Bale, what's up? Speaking of up north, she's got a cabin pretty near to mine.
Hey, Mama Belle.
My cuz,
Your cuz.
she's right on the branch of the Manistee. It's called the Little Manistee. Beautiful trout stream. Sit right on a lawn chair in her little property. She's got there like a beach and Puck, yeah,
Okay.
Puck, yeah. That's her nickname, Puck.
Okie dokie.
Steve, you get up there and get settled, and I'll make the trip. You think you can teach me how to use a fly rod?
Puck, yeah. In a heartbeat. I'll teach you the way my grandpa taught me. He took a bare hook on the end of my fly rod, or on the end of my line, and put a worm on it.
Yeah.
He says it now, if you can cast this back and forth without flicking that worm off, you got it.
Oh, hell.
You never heard of that stuff?
Well, I got a feeling we're going to need a 55-gallon drum slap full of night crawlers.
Yeah, but it's quite it's finesse. You got to get that out of your mind of having to whip it.
I used to stand on a little speedboat and just do that all the way out to the bluegill beds and just drop it right on there.
Oh my God, a big old bluegill on the end of a fly rod. Holy shit, it feels like you got a huge fish. It's awesome.
I had a spring-loaded reel for my fly rod.
Right on.
I missed that.
Yep. Yeah, I got one of those. There's Gunpowder Beauty. What's up, girl? I sent you a link, of course.
Yeah, and it's like a real one that actually got sent and everything.
Yeah, I swear. Wink, wink. But I can't wait to get into fly rod fishing. My funnest fly rod fishing is out on a boat in the middle of the lake, fishing for bluegill.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is it fun? You don't have to worry about all the trees and bullshit in the way, you know. But I am in the market for a little shorty fly rod, like a little 6-footer or something, 7-footer, so I can get on those small streams.
About my only real experience with a fly rod is spent a little time down in Florida watching some of those guys down there on some of those little canals and shit. I have little fly rods down there, and they kept dragging some kind of little bitty scrawny fish out there, but damn, they'd tear them up all fucking day long.
Yeah.
They're ugly little bastards, look like damn overgrown sardines.
Right? It's fun.
Oh.
It calms you down too. You got to slow your roll and then enjoy the moment.
See, enjoying the moment and slowing down and fishing. For me, that's going to involve shit like, you know, a well-assembled 1911. I'm just going to shoot that damn fish.
That'll work too.
That's why I like catfishing at night. I can camp out on the bank of the river, set my rods out with the bait, have some tunes going, have a beverage or however many.
Yep.
Yeah, I can pass time that way, but if I got to pass time and constantly piddle with other shit, I'm going to get bored and fed up.
They did do that on the Manistee, night fishing for walleye. Just
Oh,
throw
yeah?
a night crawler harness out there and hook a little bell on the end of your pole and stick it in the mud and just hang back. Wait till you hear that little ding, 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 ding.
Oh, hell. They're a little more geared towards what I'm used to.
Right.
When I lived on Lear Lake, we had garpike, and I just loved sitting out there with the little glow sticks, just watching them play around with it, just trying to snag them. Their mouth is so hard, they play with it forever, but every once in a while we'd get one.
You know how they catch those things? You take a piece of nylon rope and you rat it with a comb to get it all fuzzy.
I gotcha.
And when they bite it, it sticks to their teeth like Velcro.
Why didn't I think of that?
Yep.
You know, I got that on a VHS. I need to play that. One of them trips.
Cool.
Yeah, we got some of the guys down here that fish Lake Greenwood for the big gar.
Yeah.
Oh
They
yeah.
take like an old bath towel, like a white one, shred it up a little bit, tie it to a few different knots, and just use a heavy monofilament and tie it around a big hook with a leader on it, a treble of some sort. It's enough when they bite it, they get tangled up in the damn towel.
Towel fishing.
Yeah.
It's like the homeboys down south. Hey, you ever been spark plug fishing? I'm like, what the hell is that? They just, all it is, you use a spark plug for a fishing weight instead of a lead sinker.
Yeah.
Spark plug fishing.
Wow. Look out when you catch it. You better be out of the way. Clunk.
Never worked.
They
Tie
used,
it right on.
yep. They used to fish the Mississippi River. You never know what'd come out of that river.
Half the time you were scared when you'd land something. Reeling it in, you're like, oh, fuck.
It ain't fighting much. It might be another body.
Right?
Somewhere on the news that the water had gone down so much that they actually found a barrel with a body in it.
That
Oh,
was
wow.
out west. Lake
Yeah.
Lake Mead, I think.
they found a few bodies
And cars.
that lake.
Wow.
Yeah, that one in the barrel, they ID'd the person and everything. Some mafia or something. Just some guy that disappeared years ago, years and years ago.
Because that's a real threat when they say they're going to stuff you in a barrel and drop you in the lake.
Right?
Look, just because they said that, and he coincidentally had a very failed submarine prototype the same week. Coincidental, damn it.
Maybe he thought that was the lead into Niagara Falls or something. He wanted to go over the falls in the barrel.
Right?
Might have been a dumbass.
He just happened to have a buddy that he was, that was dumb enough that he could convince him to weld him inside the barrel.
Yeah. Get in there and check the bottom for leaks. Wink, wink.
Right?
Plenty of rust holes. You should sink quick.
Oh, I just hope he wasn't alive when he hit the water. That would suck.
That part would suck, but imagine being a hogtied or whatever where you couldn't exactly fight it off and being inside that sumbitch with somebody welding it closed, welding the lid on it with you inside of it.
Yeah, true that also.
Take you on a rough ride, too.
Yeah.
So, lesson learned, don't fuck with the mafia. You won't have to worry about it.
Right?
Sorry, Steve, I can't hang out with you no more.
Because, like Steve was saying too, when you hit the water, the question then becomes, what is your bigger fear or concern? The quality of their welding, if you're going to drown or not? Or, again, the quality of the welding, if you're going to get to drown or just pass out from lack of oxygen?
Right.
Or go over a set of falls and just get beat to death inside a steel drum.
Yeah, while riding in the back of that big van.
Right?
That would be the worst.
Yeah, because if I didn't put you in a barrel and my plan is to put you in the river and then I had to put you in a van, I ain't tying your ass down. I'm deliberately going to drive like a fucking asshole, too. Yeah.
We used to do that with kids with the third party. Had to sit in the lawn chair in my buddy's van. I used to love getting new guys on that lawn chair, man. He'd look over at me, I'd look over at him. Yep, hit it. That guy piled up against the back door. And then as he was standing up, he'd hit the brakes. It was hilarious. Oh, Lord have mercy. Payback's a bitch.
One of the things we used to love to do, Uncle Joe had a fairly fast bass boat. And we always, weekends or whatever, holiday weekends, people would show up at the lake, people be on the little float toys getting drugged behind the boat, right?
Yeah.
Well, it never failed. You'd have this one motherfucker have a couple beers almost at the point of being too many. And when you got him on the little, pool toy or whatever you were dragging, the little jet ski looking thing, ski bob, I think it was called, he'd always keep giving you a thumbs up, faster, faster, faster. And the sumbitch wouldn't fall off, so the kids didn't get a chance to ride it much, right? We had a dude like that, and you got to remember, this damn boat would do about 80, 85 mile an hour pulling somebody, right? Well, this sumbitch had been on there about 10, 15 minutes at full speed, and the youngins are wanting to ride. Me and Uncle Joe grinned at each other. We just took the hard left, killed the throttle, and as he went past us, nailed the fucking throttle again and took off in the other direction.
Oh, boy.
Some bitch cartwheeled about 100 foot across the top of the water before he finally broke surface tension.
And who was that?
It was some dude that showed up at the damn little lake party we were having. It was like 4th of July or some shit. Somebody ain't friend worked with, and he was just being a dick, man. He wasn't letting the youngins play.
Yeah.
You gotta teach them. Well, it's kind of like my buddy had a pickup truck with one of them old aluminum camper tops on it.
Yeah.
Well, one of our other friends figured it'd be good to get out of the truck and climb on top of that camper top out in a gravel pit with dirt roads and big bumps.
Wow.
Oh, hell no.
Uh-huh. Now,
You want to surf?
Too fast. The higher you up, man. I had my RV and I had Brian driving when we were going through Yellowstone. And these cliffs are like way down there, and I'm riding up top above the cabin.
oh Lord.
And I'm up on the bed and I'm just watching, man, it's cool way down there. And he'd start doing this, and I'd hear him playing with the dog, and I'd be like, pull over, I'm driving. Done.
Rocky Road.
With the dog when we're driving around the damn cliffs.
Right.
I don't think we drove again until we got to California.
That's enough of that shit. Get in the back.
Yeah, no more playing with the dog, man. Watch the road.
Just walk up to the window. Keys. Keys.
That's about like this one mountain pass. It's called Dill's Gap. You know what it is? The road was built. They built up between two mountains, so there's like a 3-mile stretch where there's nothing on either side, and the wind just comes through there like 80 to 100 mile an hour all the fucking time, right?
Damn.
First time I ever went through there, I got lucky. I was in the slow lane because I was trying to light a cigarette on the bike. I was doing about 80. Thank God nothing was nowhere near me, because when I hit that open spot, next thing I knew, I'd done changed lanes across 3 lanes of open interstate and was up against a damn guardrail trying not to hit it.
Yikes.
Fucking shit blew me all the way across the damn road.
Snap. SKS Hugo. What's up, brother?
Hey, SKS.
Damn.
That's spooky. I get that in my van. It works like a big giant sail on the crosslands. I couldn't.
Oh, hell yeah.
I couldn't even imagine being on a bike.
It was it definitely woke me up, because I mean I've been riding for a while and then kind of got, you know, like hypnotized by the road, so to speak. You know, just sitting there listening to the pipes and just counting the mile markers, and next thing I knew, fuck, I was wide awake.
Brenda J says, "Hi, Dish. How's your evening?"
Really good, Brenda. Thank you. How are you?
I got a little side job tonight. My neighbor wants me to split up some firewood he had laying down. He's running out of time, and it's his busy season at work, so he's out of town a lot. Whew.
I did not put in sleeping stuff in the food.
It's funny you think of it.
Yeah, really.
Kind of suspicious.
No
If
doubt.
I start getting stomach cramps from arsenic, you're in trouble. Because I ain't even signed no papers yet.
Hey, Gear.
I did. Don't do that.
Gears, it's your busy weekend, buddy. And I sent you a link, by the way. How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, but to back up just a second, I will say hey to you, Gear, because I think the world of you. But Steve, did you notice how when you said you ain't signed no papers, she didn't say much and got all flustered and was swatting her hands around and shit? And now that look, holy shit.
No, I'm not like that. Oh, I know. I don't want anything else. Just them being around.
Oh, you guys are nice.
Oh my gosh. No way.
Just don't let him convince you to tie you to the computer chair. He might not unlet you.
I know.
And them creaky stairs with the little funny wood doors got, you know, Dish was here wrote on it. Don't go down there to change a light bulb either.
Don't go check out the dungeon or the shed.
Oh, it's pitiful down there now. I got all my reload and shit packed up, ready to go.
Oh, it's not the dungeon anymore.
Abandoned.
It's abandoned.
He's going to take the door with him when they leave.
I should.
Yeah, you should.
Hell yeah.
That's a badass door. Now it's got my name, Russell's name. Has it got Dish's name yet?
No,
No.
I forgot.
You better take care of that before.
No doubt.
Well, you kind of started it when we were making that video. The idea popped in my head. And that was a fun video.
Hell yeah, it was.
Fun working with you. What? So now it's a tradition.
Yep, and you got to use the toilet.
I should have used that for my crapper door.
Hey, you still could.
You're right. Totally could. It's got the old
Then
creep.
everybody will get a chance to sign it.
There you go.
Make sure you keep a bucket of paint, red paint close by.
Or just start a brand new tradition. Everybody up signs the shitter door.
Right.
That'd be epic.
Oh yeah, so and so wiped here.
For a good time call.
Thanks for the Clorox. I'm going to put a sign on the front. If you drop your phone, you're on your own.
No doubt.
Right above the viewing window.
Is it a viewing window on the door?
I'm done. Yeah, right at eye level.
Here's the video of the door.
And it will probably be a sliding window, so in case Mr. 8-Point Buck walks out.
I was thinking of a little hole there, but yeah.
Just saying.
Remember old candles and Gulf Wax either one make good lube to keep that sliding glass really quiet when you open it.
Already getting a supply of pretty smelling candles from Shalisa back there on the table.
There you go.
Yeah, you don't even gotta light them.
Right?
Then again, if you ate Taco Bell the night before or make laxatives, either one, you might want to light the candle so the deer will be willing to come around.
There's always that one guy in every crowd just can't handle a little Taco Bell at 3 in the morning.
Right.
Go on the next day and just ruin everything.
My problem is it's never a little Taco Bell at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, they ought to just sell that shit by the pound.
Right?
I'll have 5 pounds of tacos, 3 pounds of bean burritos, and a Mountain Dew. Blast.
And a stack of Mexican pizzas.
Yeah, if you can find them.
Oh, man,
I'd never had them.
when I was a teenager, we'd all get together and get stoned as fuck on the weekends. And usually it was my buddy Keith, his old lady. She was a damn paralegal, so she normally didn't get too fucked up, so she could still drive. We'd all pull our fucking change and whatever folded money we had together.
Yeah.
She'd drive her ass to Taco Bell. We'd all dump all that fucking loose change and money on the damn counter and look at them and say, "Soft shell tacos, as many as it'll get." I used to hate to see our high asses walk in.
Gear says they're supposed to get the Mexican pizzas back this month.
It was a few months ago I had one.
Really?
They ran out of the stuff to make them here, out of the little round tortillas or whatever. They ran out of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the story they gave everybody. They brought them back, and then poof, they didn't bring back enough.
That's
Right.
the only thing that's good warmed up later is those Mexican pizzas because it's not
Okay.
crispy anymore, but it's like an enchilada,
Oh, cool.
I think. I don't eat that much though.
I've never had one. I seen somebody making them on YouTube the other day.
Making their own damn Mexican pizzas.
Yeah, it looked good. Here we go talking about food again.
Big-
Now we got the munchies.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about something else.
If you want to get a little curious and jealous at the same time, we've got a legit Mexican restaurant down here. And I've forgotten how in the hell you say it because the menu's like in Spanish and then a translation to English right up under whatever the item is. And it's literally a fried turtle sandwich.
Fried turtle sandwich.
fried turtle tail with onions and peppers, and it's cooked in some kind of. It's a really thin, runny black sauce, but they throw it all together on a big ass bun with some kind of little baked brown chunks of like bacon or something in the top of it.
Now, since Mikey's not here, I'm gonna say that sounds like a Sudna thing.
Well, I mean, it is a Mexican restaurant, but it is really fucking good.
Never heard of turtle tail.
Yeah, it is a fried turtle tail sandwich.
I used to trap them damn snappers, and I tell you what, the smell of them things that takes away all interest. Nope.
When it's cooked right, the meat is delicious, though.
Yeah.
Holy. But it's better when somebody else cooks it. You're right.
Yeah, we'd give them to Jimmy Mack. He'd cook them up, and then he'd bring me back the shell.
Oh, cool.
But I'll pass.
Let's do it the shop.
Yeah, they do smell like pure swamp and
Right.
poop.
Beer, fried chicken, finger licking, belly sticking.
Fried chicken, finger licking, belly sticking, got chicken on your mind.
Well
Is
said.
it wrong or something?
Get in here, dear.
It's early yet.
Oh, cute. Everybody saw that. Thanks.
I just
Now we're gonna get a reputation.
I'm just doing mine.
But you know, we was talking about eating different critters and then chicken come up. Have y'all ever noticed all these people say everything tastes like chicken, right?
Right.
What kind of mutant chickens are these motherfuckers eating nowadays, dude?
True that.
Right on.
I mean,
I've
I ain't
never
never-
had anything that tastes like chicken.
They need to get out and eat more than chicken.
yeah. I mean, I've never heard anybody being introduced to chicken and saying, "Oh, it tastes like frog legs."
Right? Yours says squirrel is better than chicken.
I agree, dude. Fried squirrel is like right up there with a gift from God himself, dude.
Yep. Cleaning the little bastards is a pain in the ass, but boy, they sure eat good.
I've got a whole big abundance of hood rats, tree rats over here.
Wait a minute, hood rats or tree rats or both?
Haven't tried that squirrel in a long time. My dad did.
Three of them just had babies.
Good. Tasty. You gotta cook them slow though. Figure them little suckers are like little muscle bound. So you gotta cook them slow. Brown them and then cook them slow.
Oh yeah.
Actually, squirrel soup is awesome.
Yeah.
How about a hot turkey sandwich with gravy over it?
My favorite way to do squirrels, fried squirrel with a great big old huge bowl of grits, a couple fried eggs, and homemade buttermilk biscuits.
Right?
Yeah,
I've got
that's-
you everything but the grits.
Dude, that's like the ultimate breakfast right there.
Grits to me is like mayonnaise to dish.
Yeah, I forgot you probably do that creamed wheat stuff.
Every time I've had grits from up here, and I've had grits down in New Orleans and everywhere else, and they always taste like a mouthful of soap to me.
Damn.
Gear grinding, what's up?
Hey, Gear.
Love your hair.
It's purty.
Brother Gear.
You having a good?
Right on.
You sure got it
Damn
purty
right.
now.
Powder Beauty says fried turkey sandwich at a Mexican restaurant. She's got that weird one eyebrow up face on it. Little suspicious, are you?
I don't think I'd try that at a Mexican restaurant.
What's that?
fried turkey
I
sandwich.
imagine if they got wild turkeys in Mexico, they'd be real scrawny.
They have them down there. I can't remember the subspecies, but they are absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
Look more like a jungle bird than a turkey.
fucking A.
Really?
Yep. I can't remember what the species is though.
All right. Well, for the sake of everybody in the viewing audience, including all of us, I'm going to ask you to be careful how you situate when you rear back in that chair, them white ass legs. My whole damn screen just whited the fuck out.
Sorry about that, bro.
Damn it. That was like one of them hot rod flashlights straight to the face.
So we don't have Mike or Ohio joining us tonight?
I don't think
No.
so.
No, and it's peaceful and quiet. And it's interesting.
Busting anyone's balls?
Right? I mean, I'm giving Steven the occasional shot, but nothing major, you know.
Adjust mic volume. Hello, hello, hello.
There you go. I hear you now.
You can start singing
What
now.
about
That's
now?
cool.
Yep.
There you go.
Start singing.
What about now?
I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'll try to drop a picture in the. Yeah, it didn't. Damn it.
Well, let's get back to karaoke night with Gear. I got to admit, I'm a little impressed, my man.
I still want a copy of that rap tune he did that time. He had some
No
killer
shit.
lyrics. Yeah, just type in Mexican turkey, Shalisa. You'll see it. It's beautiful. A lot more colorful than our turkeys. Well, I understand you go to a Mexican restaurant for Mexican food, but turkeys, they have turkeys in Mexico, so depending on the sauce they put on it, they can Mexican it up.
They got a lot more blue on.
Mm-hmm. The whole bird is like iridescent, gorgeous looking.
Yeah.
And I still didn't think of.
They got some weird ass orange warts on their blue heads, though, man. That's gross looking. Some of them.
I forgot to look at what they're called. What's the name of them?
Ancient turkey, we meet the oscillated turkey.
Oscillated?
Yep. And then there's one that says the wild blue turkey. And Mexican wild turkey, oscillated turkey. It all just keeps going to the oscillated turkey.
Yeah, they're beautiful compared to ours. Ours are beautiful, but bland compared to that. Gear. What's the channel name? What's happening? Your old man has a link, Missy.
Hey, what's the channel name?
That boggles my brain every time I have to say that name. Ohio Wolverine. What is that?
What up?
That looks yummy.
Are you in the woods?
Mexican style turkey soup recipe.
What's going on there, Captain Banana Clip?
Dude, I am up in Maine visiting the what's his face? I couldn't even think of the guy's name. Never mind. No, I'm down in West by God, Virginia.
Oh,
Oh,
my God.
yeah.
Somebody mentioned that earlier, and I mentioned, are you making a stop in South Carolina at a certain person's house?
No. We are going to West Virginia, staying 2 nights and going straight back up. We're staying in a Verbo. You know what Verbo is, like an Airbnb.
Right.
But so down here, everything is like based on the Hatfield McCoy trails.
Right.
So everything is like kind of sportsman type thing. So it's like every Verbo is like converted into for like older houses and stuff like that into like, well, I mean, see what I can show you. Like you see, there's a stove over there and a pool table,
sweet.
big ass TV on the wall, table with a. My wife was working on a puzzle most of the night.
Right on.
Looks a little bit like somebody fixed up their garage.
Yeah, it kind of does look like a garage, but I thought it was a garage at first, but they must have. If it is, they added that the wood burning stove and all that brick, you know, for the hearth and everything. And that room back there is like got like a table on it, like where you would like Texas Chainsaw Massacre people and like cut the stuff. There's like goggles and shit hanging there. I think it's like skin and animal type.
Okay, Ohio, I know you're kind of a city guy, but you grew up in the country. But I noticed real quick that their wood stove don't have no smokestack on it.
Smokestack? What do you mean?
It's a fireplace.
It might be a TV or something.
It's an insert.
Oh, it's into a fireplace hole.
Yeah, it's one of those wood burning stove like inserts.
Gotcha. I
You know,
thought,
the real heavy bastard that takes like 13 people to fucking lift.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
But we have a slate pool table with leather drop pockets, so that's nice.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I think you need
And
to
it's got
them up about
it's got a kitchen and another living room type thing. This is called the den. This is the den.
So that's what it did look like.
Motherfucker, you in West Virginia. I've been there. Them people ain't that damn fancy.
So this is a Verbo where they rent it out to out-of-staters to that come down and go ATV riding and hunting and shit.
Oh, okay. So it's like made up to up north Yankee standards. I got you.
There
It makes us feel because there's like old moonshine jugs and coal miner helmets and the old carbide coal miner lights and stuff.
Dude, those things are cool as fucking hell. The old carbide lights.
Where you just spit on them and it catches on fire.
Yeah, get some pants on.
I love that picture.
But yeah, gear. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, we got some pizza and we stopped at the beef jerky place here and got a bunch of fucking beef jerky and.
Oh, yummy.
So where are you heading? Florida or?
No, we come down to visit my dad.
Oh, cool.
And he lives in a trailer, and it's small. Plus, my youngest is allergic to smoke, and even though my dad stopped smoking, he smoked in that trailer for like 20 years. So
yeah, basically you gotta douche him out with bleach.
Yeah. So I mean, it still smells like smoke to me. So my kid just. And to be honest, he doesn't run the air conditioner. He don't do, I mean, middle of summer because he's 81 years old, so he gets cold easy. So he'll run like a fucking heater when it's like 90 degrees outside. He'll have a heater on.
Oh.
Yeah.
My friend Debbie's that way. She likes it warm.
Oh man, not me.
Hey Steve, you remember before we you click the button to kick this pig off, we was talking about, you hit a certain marker in life, roll you out back and put a bullet in your head? Well, that's one of mine. If it ever gets to the point where it's in the middle of the summer and I'm running a fucking heater, somebody shoot me, please.
Have a wonderful night, HRM. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Night, HRM.
Yeah, we were.
Have a good one.
Fatwood Anonymous tomorrow.
Hell yeah, it's a cool show, ladies and gentlemen.
Right on.
Thank you.
Susie mentioned earlier she's got her friend and adopted parent, father hooked on it. Her chat. He wants a long piece of fatwood from me. No jokes. I want to figure out what his plan is. If he's trying to make big long curls, if he's trying to make something out of it.
Yeah, it's hard to find pieces very long unless you got a big ass tree.
Speaking of fat wood, I just noticed that picture I posted last week. That view. That's I thought it was all white pines on my property. I got a bunch of Scotch pine too.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. And I cut a bunch of branches off that one
I
right.
was gonna tell you to do that too, man. Get them juicy.
Yeah.
Oh, she got as excited as an Ethiopian with somebody waving a steak in front of it. Damn.
Get them trees juicy before I come up there.
Right?
I feel like a
So they might all be gone by the time I'm down the road. You'd be like, shit, man.
Says when she comes to visit, you need to have her a couple of Scotch pines ready on the grill, extra rare.
yeah.
Fire it up.
Have a
Hell yeah.
special Shalisa seat with a nice layer of pine pitch so she sticks to it.
Oh,
Instead of hot and cold running water and soap, we're gonna have kerosene so you can wash your hands.
I got the paneling behind me, but wait till you see this couch, man. I am ready to pull my belt off and whip some 70s kids, man.
Holy shit.
Right? Get out the Nintendo. I mean the Atari.
Get the palm.
Right?
I saw a couch for sale down the road, $20, and they called it a groovy couch. It was a 60s couch with the flowers on it.
Oh,
Like,
Oh, wow.
it was like brand new. I wanted. Oh man, I almost put it back there in the landing.
It's from the ye old like mill with the wheel with the water that coming off of it. It was like every, probably.
Oh, yeah. Like everybody's grandma had it, and it looked like damn pegged together 2x6s or some shit.
Yeah, and then the wooden ends.
Fuck
And-
yeah, dude. My grandma had that shit.
The cushions were made out of that like felt material. Like if you were laying on it with your socks and you pulled your feet up and it would pull your socks off because it's
Oh, yeah. It'd grab every damn thing.
way it would pull your clothes off of you.
Hey, maybe that was the plan.
Getting splinters from the kitchen floor.
My grandma always had a like that plastic covering over the couch.
Oh, like everybody loves Raymond.
Clear. It was like clear cushion or on
With the diamonds.
no, it's just all clear and it's like zipped up. But
Gotcha.
and my cousin ruined it for me.
My aunt had that on the couch and her chairs, in her back seat in her car.
Yeah, well,
And man, I remember jumping in that car in the summertime and like, holy shit, that's hot.
but did anybody look at you and ask you why grandma have plastic on the couch?
They're
And you go,
upset.
and they go, no, she's a squirter.
That's gross.
No, cousins are the worst.
I tell you.
I've got one of them plastic covers. for my
They're cousins.
What are you trying to do?
Damn.
Oh,
Try to fit that in
Oh,
there.
I get that.
Play around.
Bye. So I tag all my family that lives down here, right? On Facebook. I tag them all. Hey, West Virginia peeps, we're in town. We rented a Verbo. We just drove 500 miles to get down here. You can at least come and see me here instead of
yeah,
me.
right.
Damn right.
Message me and I'll give you the address. You know how many members of my family have shown up tonight to visit us?
Not a fucking one, right?
One, right?
Wow.
And then they're like, why don't you guys come down more often and visit? Because I just drove 500 fucking miles and you can't drive a mile to come see me.
Right? That's a shame.
I'm not doing it. I'm not driving around seeing people. Because they always want you to come see them. Oh, you should stop by. No.
Right.
Right, like you said, you just did 500 miles. Fuck them. They can get off their goddamn ass.
That's why
You put in your cut of the fucking effort. They can put in theirs.
I guarantee if I drive to Steve's and I call Ditch and I say, hey, Ditch, I'm at Steve's for the weekend. You come see me here? She'd be there.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Picking up Shalish on the way.
Yep.
Right on, MCK.
I see.
Oh, little ones. I thought you meant kids. I was going to say, don't show that video because YouTube will take you down for endangerment.
Hey, Stevie,
Yeah, there are other platforms you can put that video on, though.
I seen the thumb and I laid a guilt trip on the wife.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Because remember, she said she wouldn't go camping unless she had a toilet. I said,
Yeah.
look, Stevie built this outhouse toilet. Look how nice it is. Just for you. I told her it was just for her. Like keep it. Because you said you wouldn't come up unless he had a toilet. So therefore he built a toilet. So now we got to go camping up there, right?
Hell yeah. Tim S., what's up? Nice to see you.
Hello, Tibet.
I wish I had something to stick under this thing and make it.
Tilt.
Why, you don't like us looking at your little head?
Like the floating head.
You're just going back to your roots, man, because that other chat we all used to mess around with?
There's my roots.
Yeah, exactly like that.
The one that you all miss very much.
Well,
Fire right by your nose.
I had a computer with a built-in camera with a big, huge, the old style type. I mean, not old like tube screens, but the real thick flat screen. I had one of those, but then my chair broke, so it wouldn't. The button on it wouldn't. The hydraulic wouldn't stay up. So every time you sit on it, it would just be like. Like
Hey,
this.
what's going on?
And about 30 seconds into the chat, it would be like.
Outdoor, Tim S. Outdoor crapper with a view and a gun port in case a deer walks by.
Yes, sir.
Hell, I'm gonna have to put like magazine holders on the wall and the gun rack. Woo-hoo.
Yep.
Snack drawer.
In the shitter?
I'm frozen for some reason.
You know, only a man will take a
Oh,
sandwich
wow.
in the room and then come out 5 minutes later and offer you a bite, right?
Yeah. Hey, what them?
Yeah, I got some pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, I got some orange brandy, some dill pickle, honey barbecue.
Potato chips?
Aw.
They had some triple X shit that was like hot as hell. I guess it was like, nope, not doing that.
Yeah. You're the black pepper as far as you go guy, right?
What's that?
I said you're hot as you go is like black pepper.
Black pepper, yeah. Yeah, black pepper and like the yellow banana pepper rings or whatever.
Peppuccinos.
Peppuccinos, yeah.
Tell you what, up there in Ohio, because when Tim and them came down, they brought some of it with them. It's some Amish joint up there in Ohio. It's supposed to be real popular. It's like a butcher shop market type thing.
Yeah.
And he brought down this shit, and they called it Cajun jerky.
Huh.
Dude, I like shit hot, but that stuff was like
too hot.
The heat was there, and it was enough to really get your attention, but it still had like really good flavor. It wasn't just hot; it actually had flavor. That shit was really good.
That's like that dill pickle stuff. You know, I like pickle flavored stuff like chips and stuff like that, but a lot of times they overdo the dill pickle.
Yeah.
And you don't have it. You know, you might as well just eat a fucking dill pickle because you can't taste anything else.
Yeah.
You go to bite it and it turns your mouth inside out. Yeah.
This has just a hint of pickle on it, and you're just like, oh wow, it's the perfect mix. It's just a little bit of dill pickle, but then you get that peppered steak flavor.
Yeah.
It's good.
Susie made some knockout chili yesterday that had a little. The tomatoes had what in it?
No, habanero.
Habanero.
Ooh.
One of the can of tomatoes, and it was just right.
I was worried about
Yeah.
putting sugar in it to dilute it down, but he was fine.
Me,
Mhm.
I'm worried about you.
Oh, I'm hot stuff.
Tell you what, you take those habaneros, get them when they're in the grocery store, fresh. Throw
No,
a couple dozen handfuls of them over in your smoker and let them go till they get to where when you go to pick them up by hand, they almost crumble on you. Then set them out on a tray for a couple days on the counter, let them finish drying out. Then you can crush them up, put them in a big like a jar like you see in the Italian pizza joints and all.
Yeah, with a big shaker holes.
Oh yeah, dude, that shit is awesome on top of like everything.
no.
You know
ice cream.
That's what I was going to tell you guys.
Dish
want-
still froze.
I know.
It's weird.
I better drop out and see what happens.
You could take off all your clothes and nobody could tell.
Wow, she was laughing. Her mouth wasn't moving. She's a good ventriloquist.
Right?
I watched a comedian a couple nights ago. He was from Ireland, and he was talking about being an Irish immigrant coming to America. And, he was like, it's totally different, and he's like, it's different being a white immigrant.
Right.
And he was like, and people treat him different. He's like, I don't know how he got on the subject of like slavery stuff. He's like, hey, we came from an island. We were all white. We grew and we picked our own potatoes or whatever. He said it just like Mikey does.
Oh fuck!
And I was like, what? And I had to rewind it and listen to him. And he was like, yeah. He was like, we didn't go steal a bunch of people from another country to make them pick our, harvest our potatoes. We took and harvested our own potatoes. There she is. I was like, I was cracking up, and I wasn't even paying attention to the comedy skit. I was just laughing so hard that he kept calling them potatoes.
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 In living color. That was for the blush in your cheeks, Fish.
Okay.
Did anybody else lose power up here in the wonderful state the other day?
Nope.
I did. 2
My
days.
power surge. Very light power surge, but it
I feel left out. You guys are all doing your thing, so I'm going to be like,
He's down on the wristband.
actually he's over here. Yeah. So he's right there.
Thumb side.
If that's the case, I'm somewhere down off the side of the elbow, hanging out in the middle of fucking nowhereville.
Right.
Thumb side is best side.
Especially for, yeah.
the thumb side Lake Erie?
Yeah,
Okay. So,
way below the thumb, but yeah.
yeah.
They
Kind of at the wrist bone.
So I'm like,
You didn't do it right. Wrist bone.
Nope, you got to do it this way.
I'm like right there.
Right there. Right there.
Very coordinated.
What's this? That's Michigan when the sea rises.
Damn.
When the what rises?
When the ocean rises
Oh, gee.
from global warming.
Oh man. I
I've
think
seen,
it'll be the opposite.
have you seen the picture of all the top secret documents laying on the floor that they took a picture of?
Yeah, ain't that some bullshit?
But it was like, here's the thing. If they were so top secret, then why are they taking a picture of them and tweeting that shit out?
I know, right?
Yeah. Makes me think it's all farce.
Records. The shit they didn't want to show on the news, they covered up.
All they wanted was the Russiagate documents is what they were trying to get. That's okay. Just another, knife in the neck of the Democratic Party. Wah, wah, wah. They're kind of self-imploding now, which is good.
They gonna keep on and need a bigger voodoo doll for all the self-stabbing they're doing.
Yep. That's why I want to head north and unplug. I'll know about it when they pull in my fucking driveway. Then shit's going to hit the fan.
Right.
At least for 5 minutes.
Well,
might get
I'm
one or
from
two
the
barrels.
government. I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Yeah. I'm driving a black van. I'll help you wherever you want to go.
motherfucker knocks on my door and says, "I'm from the government. I'm here to help." I'm going to look at him. I'm going to grin. We'll point to the lawnmower and tell him the keys are in it. Go ahead and get started. And when he looks that way to figure out what the hell I'm talking about, I'll go ahead and take measures to get ready to dig in.
Sneeze and pull out a 38.
Yeah.
I got to remember that move. That's fucking classic, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, that was the closest I think I've ever come to actually, like, genuinely pissing on myself. It just out of fucking nowhere, man.
Poof.
Yeah, I mean, dude was just as calm and cool with everything. We're walking out. He just sneezed and, a loud sneeze, and he bent over and he came back up. He spun around and poof, there's a 38 in my face. I was like, "You little fucking prick."
Weasel.
Yeah.
So I got this text the other night.
Oh, sorry. I was drunk texting.
Let's see.
Tilt.
Okay.
Pivot.
There we go.
There it is.
What is that? A hearing
So-
aid? You know what?
Is this a bullet?
What'd you do? Cough, sneeze it out of your nose?
So they went to a call and they were like, there was a hole in the screen and they dug this out of the drywall, but they didn't think it was a bullet. They weren't sure what it was. And so they send me that, I was working and they send me that and I'm like, yeah. They're like, "Oh, what kind?" And I'm like, "Well, I can't tell because the picture you sent me was blurry as hell. So I got another picture and then I blew it up. And I said, "Yes, that is a lead 22 long rifle, and you can see the rifling on it. So it was fired from a gun."
Yep.
Wow.
And they're like, "Oh, what do you mean? Oh, well, we're gonna have to let them know that it was a bullet because we told them we didn't think it was a bullet." I was like, "Oh, so
Tell who?
the homeowner. It was shot into their house through their window, through a screen, where the window into the drywall, like into like their living room."
Wow.
So
That's scary.
I petitioned to get extra money on my paycheck and to get a new title of ballistics expert for the department.
Well, I hope you get it.
4 professional officers that were on duty could not identify a bullet.
Wow.
Right? That's pretty bad.
Wow.
Hold on. 4 goddamn fully grown professional members of patrolling law enforcement could not recognize a spent projectile.
Wow.
Motherfucker.
That's beautiful.
I bet you if that son of a bitch had fucking license plates on it, they would have been able to figure out what it was, huh?
Well, I I'm letting a lot of it slide because it's a suburban area. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
like it's Cleveland and they see bullets all the time. Probably like the first bullet that's actually been fired from something that they've retrieved out of the wall in probably 30 years. So
But they couldn't look at one end of it and look at this shit in their sidearm and go, these look fucking familiar.
Yeah. When's the last time you seen a pebble shaped like that?
well, the one said that they thought it was they knew it was lead and it looked like a bullet, but they weren't sure because they thought it could be like slingshot stuff, like the slingshot lead that you shoot.
Wow.
I'm like, nah, those are usually slingshots are usually like glass marbles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or stainless steel 3/4 inch ball bearings.
That's pitiful.
So, yeah, the asking for more money and the title didn't go over well.
Bastards.
But these are the same people that call me a gun nut and kind of snicker and make fun of me a little bit because I'm into guns, and they think I'm a little weird because I like guns so much. And I'm like, yeah, who cares? I'm like, but you like going out and drinking and watching football. I don't fucking make fun of you. Oh, you like to golf. You like to walk around in a nice area that would make a great fucking firing shooting range if it didn't have all them people walking on it hitting a white ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what Mark Twain said about golf, right?
It's like a peaceful walk in nature ruined by a little white ball, isn't it?
Goddamn right. That's
Yeah.
exactly what he said.
Yeah,
I love that quote.
It's invented by Scottish people. So what's that fucking tell you?
Right?
It's probably from back in the day when they used the old hunk of wood and the rock. They probably used to shoot them at each other.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Not this one, you Scottish bastard.
Yeah, I just don't like judging people for their hobby that they like. You know what I mean? If you like collecting stamps, good for you. It's not for me. But fucking, if you want to show me stamps from like 100 years ago and how tell me what they're worth and show me all kinds of neat little things, I'll sit there and listen to you. I used to go around looking for arrowheads. I got a whole thing of arrowheads.
Damn it, I've never found one.
A lot of people think that's a stupid hobby and it's boring, but
I'm
it was
too busy looking for pine nuts to see any arrowheads. Arrowheads.
Careful here, that's a lethal weapon.
Oh, is that a parade?
Don't go off.
Or is that a kukri?
gear.
Right away. See how he
No one gives him shit for that.
Wait a minute. Nobody gives Gear shit for what? I didn't hear you.
I said Gear likes to cut up stray hitchhikers, but no one gives him shit for that. That's one of his hobbies that he likes.
Well, that's one of the things I respect about the man, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
Only the ones with backpacks, because they got stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Someone asked me a question about a gun, and I answer it, because blah, 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 whatever the question is. Like, wow, man, how do you know all this stuff? And to myself, I'm thinking, how do you not know it? But then, it's something they're not into. But this same person that will say to me, how do you know all this about guns? Will rattle off fucking some guy that played baseball 60 years ago, what his fucking batting average was and how many home runs he had. And it's just like, they just rattle shit off like that and they know everybody. So I'm like,
I hear you.
Fucking home run yesterday.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Which, I mean, I get it. And like you say, it's all about people's preferences and who they idolize. I mean, folks like us, we recognize and show what I would like to say, show the proper respect to the intelligence of the man, like John Moses Browning.
Yeah.
Right.
People like us, we recognize that name.
The science.
People that aren't into guns at all, Yeah, you say John Moses Browning, and they're like, "What was he in the fucking Bible or something?" I mean, they're fucking clueless.
Yeah.
But
Speaking
here again, they're gonna know shit we don't. You know.
Yeah.
Speaking of guns and respect and everything, whether you liked him or whether you didn't, if you hated him or liked him or watched his channel or whatever, rest in peace, James Yeager, man.
Yep.
Yep, that little fucking. That was like the perfect balance between Chihuahua and fucking Pitbull. I mean, he was actually a cool motherfucker, but the shit he said made sense. You know,
James Yeager
fuck
died.
all the damn bullshit. Yeah,
Of
James
what?
ALS or something.
yeah.
When he was diagnosed, it came on quick. That's why he went over to Ukraine. Is like he was pretty much, I think, figured that he was like, 1 foot in the grave. So he said, "Fuck it." He went to Ukraine. I guess he helped train some people over there, helped train their guys as the citizen fighters or whatever. But he wasn't over there very long. He took a lot of weapons and body armor and equipment over that people donated. Like a lot of people donated body armor and stuff to James, and then James was able to get it shipped over there to him, and he went over and helped train these guys for a little bit.
Cool.
I thought he was going to go over and fight, but I was like, at the same time, I was watching him, and he had the shake and everything in the hands, and you could tell his arms were getting smaller and stuff, where he was losing muscle tone and everything. So, but I watched his video like yesterday, of the one where he was like, not doing it, not one step more. I'm not going to live in a tyrannical dictatorship. He's like, I'll be happy to fire the first shot. If they try to take my guns one more fucking time, I'm going to start fucking killing people. Remember that? And they like took his Tennessee concealed carry away from him and
Fuck yeah,
and all that shit.
but
Like him or hate him, he spoke out.
Hey, there used to be a TV show where they would,
I'll show you.
compete,
Big
like
Ben.
Navy SEALs and
He was all trained.
SA and Green Berets and all that stuff, and compete in like a competition. And he went on that show and he competed, and he didn't win, but he didn't do bad because he was like an ex-police chief and SWAT officer, and then he was a private security, like Blackwater type guy or whatever.
yeah, but I remember that it in the show. I mean, it showed, like you said, he was definitely not a fucking slouch.
Right.
I mean, the dude could hit shit that he said he could fucking hit. You know.
Is that show where they used to hang him upside down and slide him on ropes and all that shit?
Yeah.
And they'd had to shoot at the target.
It wasn't top shot, but it was like a competition between like elite top operator people. Like they would have to go into buildings, search buildings, and kill targets, and fucking zip cord across fucking water, and then drop in and swim the rest of the way in and all that shit. It was like a physical thing. I forget what it was called too, man. But it was a short-lived show, but I liked it. It was the same thing every week, Here's a bunch of Green Berets and Special Forces Rangers and all this shit against a couple other dudes. Somebody always would drop out or lose or fall off the fucking thing.
Yeah. So it was like golf with a point.
It was like Wipeout with guns is what it was like.
Yeah, it was like a cross between Wipeout and Top Shot.
Yeah.
That was a show I used to enjoy. It was rather short-lived, though.
Top Shot.
Anybody see the videos of when Yeager was like over in like Iraq with the private security company and all that stuff, and everyone said he like powered out or something because he retreated to a ditch and was in a firefight from a ditch.
Aren't you supposed to take cover?
Well, yeah,
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, make sure I'm not taking bullets to my fucking ass and then send bullets back. Yeah.
I didn't have like the 4 hours of like patience to sit there and watch the whole video and listen to somebody critique every single second of it. So I just kind of like watched like 10 minutes of it and was like, well, I don't know. He's got more balls than I would because I didn't go to fucking Iraq. You know what I mean?
Right.
not-
And I'm sitting here thinking, point blank, a motherfucker starts shooting at me or my general direction. Pretty sure, even in the event of, oh hell, my plan A is make sure there's something big and heavy between me and the bullets, then kill the motherfucker that's throwing the bullets.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fault anybody for taking fucking cover, dude.
Hell no.
I mean, I can't kill you if you're trying to kill me if I let you kill me first.
Yeah, dirt.
I don't have the chat, so if there's anybody in the comments that have any insight on that, let me know what they say.
The chat's not rolling too good tonight. few people out there talking, 11 watching.
Well, that's what I was doing earlier.
Oh, I see how you are. Ohio just checks the chat from the outside to see if he can get the spotlight or not before he decides.
Well, that's why he's in here with his camera on. Mike's not in here, so he figures he'll get to say more than 2 words without getting scolded for it either,
Yeah, right.
And I'm sure Mike is going to get to go back and watch this if he does. And right about now, oh, you motherfucker. Or however the fuck a Yankee would say it.
Is he up at the land or something?
Yeah. That or they finally put him back in the loony bin, one or two. Start a rumor,
Gear. That's hilarious.
right? It puts some words in the chat or it hits the hose again.
And I was literally sitting here thinking I need to say something about gear. If you would just bother to shut the fuck up,
Gear would shut up. We'd all get to talk a little more.
Right?
Oh.
I know that bastard.
Time to make a trip to the grocery store. I'm out of grape Kool-Aid.
Uh-oh. Grape Kool-Aid and popcorn, 2 best flavors in the world together. And then the next day you get the poop green, so that's exciting.
If those 2 together is the best flavor combination you've ever experienced, you are missing major things in your world, Steve.
Dude, you get a big fistful of hot, buttery, salty popcorn, jam it in your mouth, and then take a little sip of grape Kool-Aid and let it all dissolve. Oh my God, it's like ecstasy.
That brings back some kid memory, sure.
No, dude, I'm gonna be right there with Dish if you force feed her a whole mason jar of mayonnaise. We're both gonna be bent over the counter puking on that shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be drinking with that combination.
I mean, sadly, I am not a fan of grape Kool-Aid to start with. Pretty much anything grape flavored, but I do like grapes.
Right.
Got grape candles.
I'm worried. Gear's reaching for something. I'm really worried.
I know.
Oh, Lord have mercy. It puts it back where he found it.
It puts it back on the shelf or it hits the hose again.
Once again.
That's good. Looks like Superman with kryptonite. Emergency banky.
Hey, I have one of those. Have you guys ever had those cotton candy grapes?
Yes.
Those are so good, but man, they're expensive.
They're
Oh,
very
you talking the
expensive.
ones that are almost as big as a plum?
They're pretty big, but they're juicy and they taste like cotton candy, and they're like $5 a pound.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So that's the ones you just sample when you're walking through the store?
Exactly.
You put it in the cart, you eat from it the entire time you're walking around shopping, and then when you get your way back to the produce section, you put the empty bag back.
Oh, so you're the guy where I get a bag of grapes and it's like 22 empty stems sticking out?
It's only frowned upon. They don't do anything about it.
Right.
Kind of like carrying your weapon where you're not supposed to. Oh, and by the way, Ohio, there are now 24 states with constitutional carry.
I thought we were at 26.
According to the live stream I watched tonight on the news channel.
Because I thought they added more. I thought Ohio was 24th, and they added 2 more right after Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
Now they changed it up here. It's kind of strange now. You've got to get your carry permit, but once you have it, there's never a renewal fee. It's free to renew your shit as long as you hadn't done nothing called a charge or anything, right?
Right.
But once you've got it, you don't have to conceal anything. You wear your shit on a chest rig and walk through town. Nobody says shit because it's legal.
Oh.
Yeah. If you've got your permit, you can do whatever the hell you want to, open carry, conceal carry, whatever.
I concealed carry myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, to me, it's just, man, I don't want to be that guy that starts talking about this shit, but if you open carry, in my opinion, ever so fucking humble as it may be compared to whoever else is on, it just makes it too easy for you to be one of the first ones to be getting shot at, or be the guy that wasn't paying attention or had a lapse of judgment for a moment and your shit got yanked out of a holster from the motherfucker in line behind you.
Yeah.
And then he killed all 4 or 5 people's fucking grandmas and their kids and shit.
And the other thing, the one time I open carried, one time, first and only time I've ever open carried, what happens? Someone called the fucking cops on me.
Oh, wow.
I was at the gas station pumping gas.
Wow.
And cop pulls in. Of course, I knew him. He pulls up. He goes, "Are you the guy with the gun?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right." He's like, "Do you know who called you?" And I'm like, "Somebody called on me." And they're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know there was a call." He's like, "Let me go inside and see if there's one of these people here." Sure enough, it was one of the fucking Karens that worked at the gas station, one of the clerks.
Karen. One in every crowd. Actually, 4 in every crowd now.
Yeah, no shit.
I watched. Have you ever seen the? Okay, there's a channel called Audit the Audit. Have you heard of them?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
They do is they watch these. You know, they put the First Amendment audit people on their channel and show their videos. So you got the guy who's taking pictures, and then the Karen who comes over and wants them off the property. This is private property. Well, I'm not on private property. I'm on a fucking sidewalk. And they argue.
Right.
The cops show up, and they do. Well, he watches those, and then he gives everyone a grade. Like, okay, the cops showed up. The cops informed the lady that the guy was doing nothing wrong, and taking pictures is not illegal, and he was well within his First Amendment rights doing what he did. These 2 cops, they got an A+. The Karen got a D- because she doesn't know the fucking law, blah, 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 blah. The photographer got a C because he liked to fucking instigate and push buttons. He does that kind of thing. Or he'll be like, photographer was well within his rights to do whatever he did. He treated everyone with respect. Photographer gets an A+. The officer that arrested him for no fucking reason, blah, 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 and lost his temper and started yelling and pulled his gun out, he gets an F. You know? It's a pretty cool channel. It's just called Audit the Audit.
Yeah, dude, I've seen that channel before because if I remember right, he's the same one. Like when they're showing the videos, one of them was a power company or like a tank storage yard, and he even like brought up fucking county maps to show right of ways and shit where dude was standing versus what was, you know, private and public and all that.
If you are walking up the side of the street, as long as you're between the telephone poles and the street, you're on a public easement.
Yeah, you're guaranteed right away if you're under a power pole or have it between you and the whatever.
Yeah, their property doesn't start until the other side of the telephone pole or the electric pole or whatever.
Yep.
As long as you don't get, you know, in between the road and the Chevy and the telephone pole, then you're in trouble.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know every state's different, but down here now, South Carolina, power pole right of ways, 120 foot in either direction. From the center line of the pole, 120 foot to the left and 120 to the right. So 240 foot wide right away in total.
We have some crazy law, like if someone has a pond or a lake or something, even though it's private property,
yeah,
if it's 35 feet of the center of the highway, you can fish it. As long as you're with directly off the road. You can fish.
Yeah, a public access or right away.
So
Yep.
I always look for places like that. Like, remember that place? If we could just stop there and fish it.
Yep.
Right.
A little creek under the bridge that leads to the lake. You can jump in the creek and walk right to the lake.
Yeah, but
Oh, dude,
it wouldn't
that's-
count because it's not a 1,000-acre lake that Mikey fishes on. You know what I mean?
Yep. As long as you don't touch the land.
Well, but what I'm saying is, though, even if you catch a 30-pound largemouth, it's not a real catch because it's not.
I knew you were going to say that. Darn farm ponds.
We should do a video where we're fishing in a farm pond and we catch potatoes.
Yep, potatoes. Potatoes.
There you go.
Hold it up! Look at the size of this potato.
You can make French fries with that sucker.
Like skin and be like, well, this one got to throw this one back. It's not big enough.
No, we're gonna have to do it as a staged video. Ohio, you got like a deep sea fishing rod?
No.
What about you, Stevie? You got one?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Use a big ass fishing rod in this little fucking.
Yeah, we take a deep sea rod, a little bitty fucking farm pond, tie on like fucking 200-pound braid on that son bitch, and hook up to like a 12, 14-pound mushroom anchor, and then figure out a way to wire tie on a bunch of damn taters on that son bitch. Yeah, let you pull it up and let it break the water, and then call it a damn potato or however the hell he says that shit.
There's a bunch of B's and D's in it. That's all I know.
Right?
No article.
I mean, I know I'm Southern and I'm country, and yeah, I'll admit I fuck up a lot of words, but dude, I can't make my tongue will not turn to make the sounds he makes come out of his damn mouth.
Right.
I'm not capable.
Potato. How do
Man,
you get potato out of potato? I'll never know.
Right.
Oh, he's got a bobber. It's weighted.
Yeah, see, down here we call that a cork.
Yep.
Actually, a weighted cork, just got that little lead band on its ass.
Yep. Some states they call it a float.
Yeah.
That's nice for trout there, Gear.
You ever go fishing for so long, fishing with a bobber that when you lay your head down and close your eyes at night, you can see your bobber floating on the
Yeah,
water?
you still see that motherfucker? Yeah.
Just from staring at it.
Even worse, you've been out on the boat all fucking day and all night and all day the next day, damn near. When you do get home, you lay down, you feel like you're still rocking on the damn boat.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
I had glasses on the other day, all day. And when I went to bed, I took them off and I could still see the frames.
Wow. Psych.
Damn.
I felt like I had my glasses on and my brain was tricked that the frames were still there.
That's funny shit. I see pine knots when I close my eyes.
Right.
You ever have nightmares where they're like chasing you through the woods?
Don't start it, Steve.
That sounds like a good video, though.
Ah, yeah, don't give me any ideas. I do keep my outfits for Queen Swamp Ass and the quiet one in the car in case I ever do decide to get the girls out.
You mean get the girls out?
No,
That's what I was thinking she's talking about.
Then she stood up. I got all excited.
Right? I was like, oh, hell, the old school days are back. You bear them.
hell yeah. I literally got like 2 wheelbarrows full of just nothing but pine knots.
Nice.
Damn it, woman.
That's what I see when I close my eyes.
Right.
Little sailfish and shit.
Yeah. I see these little tips sticking out of the ground and I just pick them right out of the dirt.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in bed and then like your alarm goes off and you hit like the snooze and then you dream that you're getting ready for work or whatever?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah. And that shit sucks because like an hour later, you wake up and realize you're fucking 15 minutes late.
Or
And
you
you
wake up at 8 o'clock at night.
you're putting your socks and shoes on, and then you do that jump and you're like, oh, fuck, it's 10 after.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is, when you wake up 15 minutes late, you're all like automatically an hour late because everybody in front of you goes half the speed limit all the way to work. You'll catch everybody. Guaranteed.
But no, I have done this one, and y'all, this is fucked up and it's embarrassing as hell. And if I remember right, Dish actually already knows about this because she's heard this story before.
I know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
We were working several weeks, 7 days straight, from before sun up till well after sundown. Finally, the gig was over with, right? My dumb ass woke up that Sunday morning, got dressed, drove all the way to work, fired the fucking truck up, called the damn boss man up, woke his ass up at 4 a.m, asked him where in the fuck everybody was at. He told me to take my retarded ass back home and go back to bed. You get so used to doing it, you just fuck it. I woke up and done it anyway. I was on autopilot.
I got up and got dressed and drove to school on a Saturday before.
Yeah.
Beating on the fucking door. Why is it locked?
Right.
I've never went to work like on a weekend or anything like that, but I did come home from work one time and decided I was going to take a nap. And then like I woke up, it was like in the wintertime, it was like dark when I laid down, dark when you get up. So when I woke up and it said like 6:45, I was like, fuck, I gotta go. I felt like I slept all night, but I only slept for like an hour.
Happens all.
I got up, showered, put my clothes on, got my car back out of the driveway, started going on the road about a mile from the house. And I'm the morning show on the radio that I always listen to, and it wasn't on. And I was like, what? I used to listen to like Bob and Tom in the morning. I'm like, why the fuck's Bob and Tom not on? Then I realized it's fucking 7 p.m., not 7 a.m.
Wow. Well, might as well get donuts while I'm out.
Yeah, no shit.
I had a roommate that was sitting there watching TV that just let me do it because he used to drive a concrete truck. So he would get up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the fucking morning and he would sit there and wait for a phone call. And whether or not he's going to this job or that job or whatever. So he would just he'd sit there on the couch and fucking drink a Pepsi and watch TV. And that's what he was doing when I got up. And I'm just like, hey, man. He's like, hey. I walked in the bathroom, took a shower, came out. I'm like, all right, we'll see you later. He's like, later, bro. He didn't be like, all right, what are you doing? Nothing like that. Just oblivious to like anything going on around him,
Well, I hope he got dressed for work too then.
What's that?
I said, I hope he ended up getting dressed for work too then. Well, I always leave after Ohio, so.
Dude, he was one of those, when he worked there, he was one of those guys that wore like flip-flops and shorts and a t-shirt like all fucking year long because he drove a truck. You know what I mean? Yeah. One of those guys that don't have to get out and do anything. You just pull up and like back up and like, there's your shit, Like it's not I'm loaded, it's your job.
I did that one.
Tell you what, man, them guys that drive those concrete mixers, my hat's off to them, man, because that's a lot of weight and it's always moving the whole time you're going down the road.
Yeah.
There was a guy just the other day come to the intersection and he started to make his left turn. And man, his load was so freaking heavy, his front end kept going up. He had to stop and get it all going again. He just kept going up in the front. Just, woo.
Yeah.
Wow. What the heck? He was hauling, but it screwed up his turn, man, big time.
Hey, he just wasn't loaded right.
You know, the 2,500, 3,500
For that.
dually pickup trucks that like a lot of these cities and villages use, and they put the water tank in the back of them to go around with water plants hanging up. I was sitting
Yeah,
at
like the little 600-gallon tanks, right?
I'm sitting at an intersection, and I see this truck coming. And the light turns red, and I see the guy slam on his brakes, and he comes to a complete stop, and then the water's like, "Waboo!" Shit, like, like, well, I guess he learned his lesson there, didn't he?
Yeah, no shit. I've seen them, the same kind of truck where they had to hit the brakes or take off quick, and they forgot to put the lid on that big tank.
Oh, yeah.
Water was
Oh God, yeah.
out the top of it.
There's a local slaughterhouse down here. It's Carolina Pride. Well, if anybody's got any familiarity with a slaughterhouse, there's certain byproducts that leave there. It's called inedibles, right? It's the shit they can't even sell the dog food plant.
Yeah, that's the ones they take to the bologna plant.
Yeah, that's the after they've used everything they can. It's the fur, the shit, and the oink. That's what it is, right?
That's the shit they sell to Taco Bell.
Yeah. Well, all this shit sits in a small silo until it's large enough to fill up a full-size tractor trailer.
Wow.
You ever see these things going down the road and little black letters on the side and the back? It'll say inedibles. Well, that's that liquid funk, nasty gunk shit that's rotting and it can't go anywhere but a landfill.
Ugh.
Those trailers do not have sealed tops. They're basically an open top trailer. A few years ago down here, one of those trucks was involved with a wreck. He T-boned a Toyota. Well, when he hit this full-size Toyota pickup, all that inedible sludge, goo, gunk, funky, nasty rottenness,
Oh.
right up to the front of the trailer, right over the cab of the truck, and for about 150 foot down the road on both lanes. They closed the road for 2 weeks while the fire department tried to wash it enough to get the funky smell out of there.
Golly.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it sucks that I have a good imagination. I can almost imagine what that smelled like.
Right.
Like hitchhiking, and you get dropped off right beside some poor dead dog in the ditch or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
A bloated deer.
Oh, you can't get away from it. It penetrates your cavity, and oh.
My dog rolling in a dead squirrel and had to drive
Yeah.
the basket.
That's a funk. And Chihuahuas are known for that, by the way. My dog used to do that all the time.
See him starting to roll around like he's in heaven. Get him, drag him, let's go.
Yeah.
I hate when you're following somebody and they kind of swerve and you're like, look, and you do the same thing, and then you realize they're swerving because there was a skunk in the road, but this skunk had been dragged like a mile and a half, and it's like just blood and guts and stink all the way down the road.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it just stays, it like wafts up into your car and just stays there for like a week.
See, that doesn't bother me. I actually like skunk smell.
Got it. Skunk smell.
He's a crazy one.
I
Yeah.
let somebody drive my car. I was in the passenger seat and he swerved. Oh, man, why did you just don't swerve? You know, hit the brakes or something. He wouldn't have hit that damn thing. Had he swerved. Just hold on and
You guys know,
That's London's looking at it. You go crazy? Looking at it.
do you know what a Mitsubishi Conquest is?
I know it's little.
Right?
You know what a Mitsubishi Eclipse is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
seen them before.
The Conquest was like the predecessor or whatever to the Eclipse, and they had like a all computer dash and everything. They were real fancy, and you hardly ever seen them. But they had like these ground effects that went around all the tires, the front end, and everything, and the wing on the back. And my buddy's dad had one, and we went out for like homecoming or prom or something like that, and that's the car we took. You know, he borrowed his dad's car, and we were driving back home, and this possum ran out in the road. There's no way to avoid it, man. He hit that possum, and it tore that whole fucking car into pieces. All the
shit!
All the air dams and stuff.
Oh my gosh! All the fiberglass, like ground effects, and all the like louvers and everything on the side of the car. I mean, it was bad, dude. It was like because it had like a hatchback, so we picked everything up, put it in the hatchback. So we pulled it out. And I'm just like, as soon as we pulled in, I pulled my keys out of my pocket, went over to my car, and got in. I was like, "Catch you later, bro." When your dad sees that, I don't want to be nowhere around.
Yeah, I heard that. Drop me off, please.
Yeah, hey, you know, it was an animal. He hit an animal. There was a police report. There's nothing you could do about it, you know. So insurance paid for it. Dad wasn't too mad.
Yeah, I guess that'd be better hitting that than like backing into a curb or something where it was all your fault.
Right. Yeah.
I was burning them off and I hit a light pole. And, that's one of my favorite videos to relax with. Is like idiot with supercar idiots. Guys out there in Lamborghinis and shit showing off and they can't handle shit.
Yeah, they go around the corner and
yeah,
the tires
right into a pole.
Patrol, and then they always go over and hit a fucking Mustang for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always some poor with a Mustang sitting there.
You know, in all reality, I can't laugh at those guys too much. You know, reason being, I remember being 17, having to call Pops up and ask him who in the family we knew that had a wrecker that could come get and haul my pickup. At the time, you have to remember, I had a 77 Dodge Power Wagon, full-time four-wheel drive, 318 full-barrel, 4-speed, sitting on top of 38s with a grand total of 12 inches of lift. We were about 8.5 miles down in the woods on a power line right away, and I'd snapped the front axle in half.
Oh, no.
Whoops.
Yeah. I decided I was going to be, you know, the only one that could do it. So I drove straight up the side of a big-ass embankment, probably 15 foot tall, on the right away. I found a trail in the woods where I could get turned around, and I was probably in third gear running about 40 when I come off the top of that embankment and landed out in the middle of the damn power line.
What was I thinking?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I was beyond inebriated.
Since you're talking about the power line areas, we used to ride dirt bikes and shit in those power line areas.
Yep.
And
Right.
there's no matter which one you're at, what state you're in, whatever you're doing, there's always one that's got a big fucking hole that's dug out in the middle of nowhere full of weeds. And somebody
yeah.
son of a bitch, and it's like they just disappear. You see them going, and all of a sudden they just disappear.
Yeah.
And then you come up, you're like, "Oh, dude, are you okay?" And his fucking helmet's like buried in the mud. His bike's on the fuck and shit. You know, it's like, what the fuck is that for? Is that like, let's teach these fuckers not to ride in our property? Is that what it is? At the power company?
No, it's just soft spots that, you know, when they're putting the lines in, building the right of way, if they don't need to get a truck in that area, they don't bother to pack anything when they backfill it. So a couple of good storms is a soft spot that holds water and makes a sinkhole.
Right. If it's a sinkhole, it's a sinkhole, right? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We used to love finding those with the mud trucks. That's usually how everybody found the best holes to go play in, go mud riding. Because one of your buddies would be out, you know, riding around. He'd find one, and you knew he found it because he'd call you. You'd have to come dig him out or pull him out. And you and 2 or 3 other buddies, and
Get the tractor.
yeah, daisy trained 4 or 5 trucks and 2 or 3 tractors and 4 or 5 pissed off old men. Yeah.
We used to
Better have beer, boy.
Yeah.
cash for my gasoline.
We used to go to this one place and ride all the time, and it was like, you know, the big giant tower that holds electric lines or whatever. But it was like set up on like a hill, and it had trails that went up it. People were jumping this way and that way, and you know, just all over, you know, trails everywhere around this thing. And we'd go all the time. And I just remember we'd sit and stop and start talking, and it just had that fucking power line hum like right above your head, just like.
Yeah.
That thing's destroying the fucking brains right now. We're out here riding it.
Yep.
Brain cells and sperm cells.
Right.
I tell you, some of those big towers like you're talking about, you know, with the truck, I used to have to go out and work with Duke Energy, you know, work on those right of ways, helping them build service roads, right? Dude, some of those big towers, the big high transmission lines or whatever, they actually had a tether they would attach to the truck once you got on site that would drag the ground and had like treble hook shaped looking plow type thing on it that would actually dig in the ground a little bit everywhere you went. So that if while you had the bed in the air, the shit did arc from the lines to the bed of the truck,
Right.
in theory, it would go straight to ground. Maybe you would have a 50-50 shot of living through having the truck getting hit.
Damn.
Yeah. Now, some of the jobs that went on, they'd tether the truck, and then you had a tether that went around your wrist that had like a 12-foot wire came off of it, and you had to leave it hanging out the door, the bottom of the door, so it could drag on the ground.
What happened?
You know, the other day,
Wire in a fence pole or something.
Dude, those are the days I refused to pick up a lighter and light a cigarette because there was metal on my fucking lighter.
Yeah.
I was paranoid on some of those jobs.
I seen the other day for the first time in my life. I've never seen this before. It was badass, dude. It was a helicopter that had like this fucking swinging fucking blade or whatever.
Oh,
And it
yeah,
was-
tree trimmers.
Yeah. I'd never seen one of those before. That thing it was making all kinds of noise going up like the power line areas or whatever. Next to on the turnpike where I drive to work. I was like, what the f is that thing?
Horror movie idea dish. Somebody, one of them turns on a thing, getting the city or dragging it through a football stadium.
Oh, hell.
Some poor sap sitting in a tree stand going, what the fuck is that noise?
Yeah.
And then it comes over the hill.
Or either Mikey walking the fucking power line and having a limb cut and drop on him, harpooning him through that bald ass head. Jeez.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, little ring.
Damn, boy, you been harpooned?
She's working on it apparently.
No, I did
Checking-
not see what that.
Checking sizes and stuff.
Well, fingers. I mean.
There's just so many horrible, dirty jokes I could make following that comment, and I'm just not gonna fucking do it.
Don't make your tongue bleed biting it. Don't drop it. Am I hearing like
An echo?
like a high pitched something in the background?
I have a fan running up here.
No, I think it's here.
Oh.
It almost remember when the TV used to go off at night and it had that beep? That kind of sound like
I keep hearing it too.
I think it's a fan or something.
Yeah, we used to
Fridge might be
have
running.
and then the beep with the different colors, and then it would go to like the snow. And then the TV people would show up, and the little girl would be like, "They're here."
Yo. What was that fucking movie? White Noise or some shit?
Poltergeist.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of reaction videos, and I watch
Just read my ears.
channels called Popcorn in Bed. And sometimes she watches movies with her sister and stuff. And she's like, okay, when I was a kid, I went to a friend's house and they started watching this movie called Poltergeist. And she's like, we got about 3 minutes into it and I freaked out and I had to call my mom to come get me because I wasn't spending the night there at all.
Damn.
So she's like, now that I'm like 30 years old and I have never seen the movie, we're going to go ahead and watch it because it's a reaction channel, right? So she's watching it and then they show that clown in the chair, in the poltergeist in the kid's room.
Yeah.
And she's like, in what fucking world do you have one of these in your house?
Right.
She's like, what the hell? And she just made every point was just like, yep, preach, sister, preach. You know? Scared the hell out of her though. She jumped. And then she shows like when the movie like scares her and she's like on screen. She'll always show it again, like in slow motion. It's a good channel.
Well,
I watch a lot of reaction and other stuff. I'm getting away from the fucking Joe Biden is the devil type shit. You know, just.
Oh God, I'm so sick of it. Wendy, I want to unplug.
I mean, the thing that kills me is like every gun channel that used to do gun reviews and product reviews and stuff like that has turned into political shit. And it happens every time, like assault weapons ban or something. It's just like, just entertain me. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's like Eric, you know, him and Chad used to, you know, it was all about shooting, and now it's all about political BS bullshit, you know? It sucks.
It went from like 4 minutes long or 5 minute long reviews to fucking what are their videos called now? They sit there and rant shit.
Yeah, the grape shit or whatever.
Yeah, they're right. Yeah, and it's like they're all like 27, 37, 47 minutes long. I'm like, I ain't got time for this shit.
Yeah.
They used to do like, you know, a 20-minute video on your child's first gun or five guns everyone must own or whatever, you know, or 5 guns you can get for under $100 or 5 guns, you know.
Yeah, the top 5 guns found in damn near every house in the fucking country. I mean, yeah, they used to have enjoyable shit, you know?
Yeah. Now it's all political stuff.
Yeah.
Plus, they made it harder now, didn't they? To show firearms and talk about it on YouTube.
Well, what it is all these channels. You can't like guns and stuff, so they don't show guns anymore. They talk politics and stuff.
Yeah. It's like drama. Get wrapped up in it.
They don't make any money off of the gun videos, so they switch their channel up.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But now I will give shit the little veterinarian out in Texas. I'll give him credit. His gun channel, that demolition ranch shit or whatever. Now he still just goes out and has fun fucking around with shit, you know?
Right on.
Have you seen his gun room though? His vault?
Yeah, the latest one.
Dude, it's like a full-size house, nothing but guns in it.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, that's shit you not. The first apartment I lived in when I moved out on my own was not as big as that goddamn gun vault.
Witch!
No, Stump popped out because the signal, and he popped right back in. We missed a few of your words there, Stump.
Well, which ones did you miss? And I'll remind you of them.
Burn her.
Redneck Prepper, what's up? Welcome back, Gunpowder.
Sentences.
Burn her. What else? What else burns? More witches. She's a witch. She turned me into a newt.
She turned you into a talking head from the nose up.
Turned me into a newt.
Look, Shalisa, it's a talking mushroom.
I know.
Over here, pick me. Pick me.
I don't have a good angle on this.
vicious looking. She's always watching other channels while she's on chats.
No, I thought I made a comment out there, but it doesn't show up on the inside in the internal, and I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, it is. I wonder why it's doing that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's in another case of the old days. Wrong box, is it?
Right.
Remember old Stevie used to be the damn king of that shit there for a little while.
Oh my God. Back in the rookie days, I still do it. What the fuck?
The king of what?
Used to the internal and the external chat. Back when it was all YouTube, it was real easy to forget which screen you had open trying to type something.
Oh yeah.
So we called Stevie the king of the wrong chat box for a little while.
Yeah. I got pretty lucky though. I never said something behind somebody's back in the wrong.
True that.
Right on.
There's
That's because you're a decent human.
Accidentally show the internal chat to everybody watching on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
There you go. There you go, Ohio. Sit on the back of the couch.
Yeah, up on the back. Yeah, I don't know if that. It's got a thing that goes like this. That would probably be very.
It looked pretty old too.
Yeah.
Redneck Prepper says you need a booster chair.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got a phone book?
When we're done talking, I might have to call somebody to come get me out of the fucking couch. It feels like I'm single.
Say it's one of them old school ass huggers.
Yeah, I might have to lay down and then roll out to the floor, then stand up. There's this big chest here.
Well,
I'll get stuck in the couch, and then I'll have to call the fire department to come butter me up and wedge me out.
But since you're making this plan, that tells me something about you and your youth. You, sir, are a man who has drank several adult beverages in your younger days. If you're already making plans on how to get out of that situation like that.
Or it's just I'm fat and I have to do it more often than everybody else.
Well, that's a possibility because I'm both. I used to drink heavy and I've always been fat. So, yeah, I can relate on both of them.
There you go. Stack up the pillows, the redneck prepper says.
Yeah.
Pile all your pillows onto it.
Well, I only got one fucking pillow. Although it does say one nation under God, so.
Yeah, you probably don't want to sit on that.
It'd be one nation over God.
Or it'll end up in the wood stove.
Got American flag over here and like a checkerboard American flag with stars. I don't know. They're seems like they're good people to have this place,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You got to bring your own toilet paper, cleaning supplies, and stuff like that. We asked, do we need any of that? The lady was like, "Oh no, we supply all that too." It's like, then
Nice.
they leave a little note on the counter. This is where, if you need more toilet paper, it's under this cabinet, blah, blah, blah. It's like, wow. Definitely stay here again if I come down.
Right on. It's all about customer service and making people comfortable.
Right, yeah. And, like I said, it's an old house, but it's clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My only thing is, and I admit I'm a fucking pussy when it comes to this. I fucking hate snakes, and we're down here in like copperhead rattlesnake fucking heaven.
Yeah, you are.
Like I had to go out to the car and get my wallet, and I like opened the door and like it was dark. I was like, fuck. I'm like tiptoeing through the grass trying to get to the car. I'm like, oh, please don't step on a snake. Please don't step on a snake.
Okay, just friendly advice from someone that lives in snake country all the time.
Yeah.
That tiptoe and shit, no. Stomp your feet, make noise, whistle, talk to yourself like you're the retarded fucking 80-year-old cat lady that got caught fucking a goat last week. Make
So
noise and scares the fuck out of them. They'll run like hell.
just act myself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just keep flapping your jaws.
Yeah,
I
the
just-
more.
We were
More
down
no-
here with a kid. We were walking to my grandma's. Like, we had to park on the other side of the holler. There was a, our little gravel area we parked, walk across the dirt road, and then you had to cross a bridge that went across the creek in order to get to my grandma's front porch. And then on her front porch, she had those, and I know you guys have all seen them, those like different colored yarn looking area or like throw rope type things. The ones that
It looks like coiled up rope or something.
yeah, they're gonna fucking like the ones that slide out from under your feet and you fall and break your
Oh yeah, damn neck breaking rug.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
She always had those on the front porch. And I remember I had a suitcase in one hand, duffel bag in the other, and I ran up the steps and I went up to the door, and my dad says, "Don't move." Don't move what? Don't move. I'm standing on this rug, and there's a fucking copperhead curled up underneath this rug. And
Nice.
his head, and my dad's like, "Don't move." So he goes, gets in the shed and grabs a hoe and he cuts this fucking snake's head off. I've been traumatized since that, dude.
Right
Since
on.
yeah,
Oh, boy, what's up? He says, looking at Ohio reminds me of the neighbor from Home Improvement.
Fuck yeah.
Earl Heidman, yeah.
I usually take the hoe to the moles when I dig them out of the ground. One big chop.
Yeah. But you know what? When I was younger, we used to come down here and I'd run these woods and the mountains and stuff and just run them like crazy. Go out playing cowboys and Indians and stuff, and nothing that never crossed my mind. But after that one fucking time,
Yeah.
I've been traumatized, man. Like I normally I have a flashlight when I get out of my car. I'm like flashlights on, I'm checking the ground all the way to the porch.
Right.
And I know where they like to hang out. And at my dad's house, he's got one of those brick walls, like a retention wall, and the sun beats down on it.
It's nice and warm.
So shit, and they all like to come lay on them fucking rocks in the sun. And I'm just like, I ain't walking near that fucking wall.
Note to self: put a rubber snake in your suitcase next time you go visit Ohio.
Dude, yeah. Note to self. Fucking make sure Ohio's will has got shit in it in your name, because you're gonna have to. You'll be getting stuff if you put a fucking fake snake. Oh my God.
Right.
Are you traumatized because you saw the snake, or are you traumatized because you chopped its head off?
I'm traumatized because I was standing on a poisonous snake. And I was frozen, stiff as a kid, Yeah. Yeah, you kill all this. I sit there and watch you kill thousands of snakes and fucking, yeah, I'll clap. There's three types of snakes I don't like. Big snakes, little snakes, and sticks that look like snakes.
It looks like snakes.
And sometimes fucking garden hoses in the high grass,
Damn, dude.
That is probably my worst fear in life is snakes. And my kid wants a fucking boa constrictor, and I know they're not poisonous, and it's just a ball python, and it's not that big, and they really won't get that big unless you have a big, huge environment for them. They kind of stay to the size of what you let them grow, as long as you don't feed them goats and shit. You know what I'm saying? He wants one so bad, and I'm just like, Oh my God. I told him, I was like, man, maybe someday. I don't know. I told him, you get your own apartment, you get all the snakes you want. I just won't come visit.
Right.
You know, that's my.
Coming over, meet me in the parking lot.
So see if the kid's willing to compromise with you and get him like a Savannah monitor or something like that.
That's just a snake with legs, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, but Savannah monitors can get like 6, 8, 10 foot long, and they can eat rabbits.
That's a big snake with legs. I don't know, man.
You were talking about the snakes, dude. We used to have a big Burmese python. Her name was Ozzy. She had her own bedroom at the house we lived in at the time.
Wow.
I was pissed when I realized I missed a cool snake when I was in Kentucky. It's like an hour after I left to start heading back here, and this one guy took a picture of the tree with a big ass rat snake, which they're supposed to be harmless. That thing was huge, man. Just this little tree, and he took the whole dang thing up.
Wow.
I was like, man, I missed it. I wanted to see that.
Right.
Not poisonous one, but
What kills me is you got
They
like
usually don't get too big up here.
it's like red, black, and yellow. You know, that's poisonous as hell. And then you got this like corn snake who's yellow, black, and red, and they look the same. But this, I'm not. How can I remember that in that instant of opening the door and stepping?
Listen closely. Red next to yellow will kill a fellow.
Yeah,
Red next to black, you're all right.
no, this snake will kill you no matter what kind of. It's just there.
You keep it simple, Ohio. Red and yellow next to each other kills you. Just think of it this way: if you call a redneck a yellow-bellied bastard, he's gonna kill you. So red and yellow side by side, you fucked.
Well, my dad told me. He's like, you got to pay attention.
their pupils.
Yes, that's what my dad said. He said if they got like looks like cat's eyes, they're poisonous. If they got round eyes, they're usually not poisonous. I'm like, well, usually not. What do you mean? Because yeah, here, but have you seen a cobra? Cobra's got fucking round eyes. They don't have fucking viper cat eyes. And if you're that close to see their fucking eyes,
Yeah, who's going to look a snake in the face? There's your first mistake. Are you dangerous?
He looks so real too. Put it up there again, Gear.
Yummy. A legless lizard.
okay, I can. It's a rubber. I can tell it's got the tongue out at all times. Because real snakes have that tongue that keeps moving everywhere.
That's how they smell.
That's how they put you down and smell the air.
They taste the air.
Yeah, they get the scent particles on the tip of the tongue, bring it back in, and stick it at the top of the mouth on the Jacobson gland.
They can feel me. They can feel me sweating and my asshole tightening and skin.
Oh, you think it's gonna try to go up in there? No.
I've seen news clips and stuff where women have been on the toilet and the fucking snake come up from the toilet. I've seen those, like mostly in Florida and shit. So, that check that off the list. Place is not going to ever live.
Next time you decide to sit on the front steps of your house with your little light on and take that miracle whip and squirt it down your throat, we're getting out the snake.
I Googled what U.S. state does not have poisonous snakes, and there's only one. You know which one it is?
Alaska.
Alaska.
So I'm going to have to move to Alaska very soon.
Oh, what a sacrifice.
I didn't realize, like, when I was growing up, we knew that there was like poisonous snakes in southern Ohio. But I guess the fuckers are all over Ohio. I was just fed a lie my entire life. Like, be careful when you go down to southern Ohio. But up here in central and north Ohio, you don't have to worry about poisonous snakes. That was a fucking lie.
Yeah, see, and what's that prove to you? Yankees have been lying to you most of your life.
Yeah. Because we
Here's
have
a company excluded, of course.
we have a a temper rattler, a copperhead, and then what's that starts with an M that you guys have up there? Steve?
Masaga.
Masaga. We have those too in Ohio.
Yeah. Gunpowder Beauty calls them note ropes. I like that. Note rope.
Yeah,
Nope.
that for Ohio. Gunpowder Beauty says 6-foot chicken snake almost scared the piss out of me. I'm sick of these fucking rope ropes lurking around me to find fortune my dogs. I'm the lucky bitch that gets the up close and personal view.
Right.
Gear.
Nice poop.
He's hugging the shit out of it, isn't he?
Yeah, yes.
He's a poop troop member, anyways, aren't you, Gear?
Our boy says he's got copperheads in his yard. He gave his buddies a bunch of firewood stacked up. When he got to the bottom of the stack, he came across her den with a bunch of babies.
I heard like the nest of babies is worse than.
That's
like,
what they say.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true or not, but
I'm more
Yes,
sensitive
it
to
is. The juveniles don't control the amount of venom they inject. When they bite, they just do a full dump.
the only time I've ever reacted to poison ivy is when it was very young sprouts. I don't know why.
Huh.
I don't care how big or small. If they bite me, a heart attack is a heart attack. I'm dying.
my wife likes to do things like send me videos of like
Danger noodles.
she's like, watch this video, and I click on it. It's some guy and there's a shelf with a bunch of like drawers or something, and he picks up this metal thing with a hook on it. And I'm like, that's a fucking snake hook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, no. She's like, just watch it. And he pulls the drawer open, grabs a rat, puts it on, grabs it with like some tongs, holds it up. Fucking cobra's like, grabs the fucking rat, right? And I'm like, fuck that job, So then he gets to the next one, and he feeds about 3 or 4 of them, and he gets like the 4th or 5th one, and he opens the drawer. As soon as he opens the drawer, fucking thing's like right past his ear, and he like hits it with the stick, and he tries to feed it a rat, and it just like it doesn't want nothing to do with that fucking rat. It wants to eat the human, and it's just like keeps coming at him, and then it comes totally out of the fucking drawer, and now it's on the floor, and it's totally loose, and he's like just playing with it with a stick, picking it up, grabs it with his hand, puts it in, and I'm like, fuck, it couldn't pay me enough to work in that fucking place.
Right.
Wow.
In South Dakota or something. You couldn't even pay me enough to drive by that fucking place.
No thanks.
No.
I don't even trust them behind glass.
Dude, I would go to like the circus and volunteer to like whip the fucking tigers and lions before I went in to feed the fucking.
Redneck Prepper says, when I was a kid, we went to the swimming hole and I swung out on the rope. And while I was swimming and kicking back, I guess, on the bank, coming back to the bank, I seen a snake swim up on the top of the water and look at me. It's like, nice.
Yeah, well, it was probably a cottonmouth. Cottonmouths and water moccasins are the same, right?
No. They use the same name, but a water moccasin is a non-poisonous water.
Moccasins are non-poisonous?
Yeah, but a cottonmouth is almost always around water.
But
Have a
cottonmouth.
good night, Stump.
Stump drop out, did he?
Yeah, he said I'm out of here. No, I'm out here now. I'm sorry. My bad.
I'm out of here because it's past my bedtime.
Right on.
Thanks for coming, sweetheart. I don't think we're long behind you. What time is it?
Early yet.
I know.
Well, it's almost 1 o'clock.
Right on.
It's midnight in Missouri. Y'all have a good
Dish.
Yep. They won.
Yeah, big time. They didn't play no
Yeah.
state, you know. It's like playing the Catholic school for the blind and deaf girls or something, you know. But a win, I'll take it.
Right on.
I had, I think, 3 close encounters when I lived in New Orleans, all out in woods hunting. One time when I was trapping, I was canoeing down a river. And I got out on the riverbank and I was going to go up to the top. And I had a stick because I knew better. And I'm like sweeping the grass on my way up the bank. Well, right towards the top, it was like straight up for like 2 feet. So I had to get rid of the stick and grab the bank and pull myself up. And this huge, it had to be at least 5 to 6 feet long, cottonmouth was sitting up there. And it shot right below me and down between my legs and escaped into the water.
Wow.
And I'm not ashamed to admit, I screamed a little. Then I looked around to see if anybody heard me. Went on about my business. Man, that scared the shit out of me. And then another time I was crawling on a hog trail through some briars. The only way to get through it was up on, and I was crawling again with a stick and my rifle. And threw my stick away, got ready to stand up, and I was like face to face with a copperhead. That was a little chilling. Nothing happened though. I kind of backed up a little and went about my business.
Dish, did you see that flicker
Yeah.
where gear appeared in Steve's front? That was weird.
Yeah, it was.
Like it looked like the ghost of gear was sitting right with Steve. It was weird.
The ghost of gear.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. We were down at Lake Cumberland in Kentucky and had his dad's houseboat, and he had it tied up in a cove, and had the ropes tied off to trees up back in the cove, had it all tied off in 4 spots so the boat wouldn't go anywhere. And they had a jet ski, and he said, "You know what, dude?" He's like, "This is what I want to have you do." We were getting ready to leave. We were down there for a week. He said, "I want to have you take the jet ski." He said, "And go he's like, we're going to untie from the boat, throw the rope in the water." He's like,
Hi, Vanessa Kitty.
it was real windy that day, so he was kind of worried about getting banged up against the side of the rock and stuff. So he said, we're gonna untie. I'm gonna pull straight out, and I'm gonna go anchor. He's like, "You come and get me on the jet ski. We'll gather all the ropes up, roll them up, and then go back to the boat." And then they had like a crane that picked the jet ski up on the houseboat, right? He said, "Then we'll get out of here." So we unhook. He drives the boat out. He anchors it, jumps on the back of the jet ski. We go back into the cove, and we each are going to grab 2 ropes, one on each. He's going to grab those 2. I'm going to grab these 2. And the first one, I pulled myself up using the rope, got up, untied it from the tree, rolled it up around my arm. And then I couldn't just walk over to the other one because it was all that shale and shit.
Oh,
So I had to go back down and go over to it and then pull myself back up to that tree. And I was slipping and sliding on all that shale trying to get grip to pull myself up. And I pulled myself like one last time to get up there. And there was like this little flat spot on a rock. And there was a big ass fucking snake just sitting there, and its head was just right there. I don't know what kind of snake it was. I didn't stick around long enough to find out. I basically just let go of the rope, rolled down the shale, fucking cut myself all up. I had a little scrapes and cuts all over me. And I said, well, you lost that rope. You're going to have to buy a new rope. I ain't going up there to get that. And he climbs up there, and he's like, man, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a snake. So this snake was like 12 foot long, this big around, looked like something from like Conan the Barbarian. But when he picked it up, it was like this when he picked it up. It was
Well,
yeah. But yeah, he still gives me a hard time for that too. And my wife does too. But man,
The redneck prepper just said, like if a bear was after me, he wouldn't catch me because he would be sliding in all the shit I left behind. I got a picture in my head.
did I tell you about my dad and his bear incident that he had not too long ago?
No, what happened?
He heard something. He feeds the squirrels and the birds. You know, he's like, we got the corn and stuff. And he heard something rummage around on the porch area or whatever, like where he keeps the feed. So he says, I got my walker, and I go over and I open the door expecting to chase some squirrels off or something. He's like, there's a fucking black bear in my yard.
Wow.
And he's like, well, what are you doing here? Like that. And he said, he looked at him and he's like, it took off running. He's like, it was just a cub, well, older than a cub, but not a full grown, just like a youth. And he said he would not believe how fast that bear ran. He's like,
oh yeah,
he didn't know they were that fast. They were out. Apparently, bears can run as fast as a fucking horse.
Yeah, about 35 miles an hour at a full run.
That's crazy, man.
Well, that's why you take tennis shoes with you, so you can stop and put them on and outrun your buddy. Good night, our boy. Thanks for popping in, buddy.
You hear me, Steve?
What?
I said that's why I carry my pistol, because if a bear comes after us, I'm going to shoot you in the knee.
Yeah. Hopping around the circle, leaving a nice fresh blood trail.
Steve was going to shoot me, but outrun me. I need a better advantage than that.
Right on, redneck. Well, we're about to move to is bear country in Michigan. My mom and dad were friends with somebody who lived right around the corner from where I'm going to be living, or we're going to be living, and they had bears raiding their beehives all the time. A real pain in the butt.
we're not having beehives, are we?
I'm thinking seriously about it, but on the back of the property. So when you walk out there to collect the honey, you should take a pistol.
Me? The team efforts here. You go first.
You know what's going to be my luck? We go up there camping. I'll be sitting on that brand new shiny fucking outhouse you got, and I'll be fucking moving. I'll be like, all right, Steve, cut the fuck out. Leave me alone. I'll do my thing in here, and it keeps fucking moving the outhouse. And then, like, knock it off, Steve.
Steve?
I'm going to finish up my business, and I'm going to open the door, and there'll be a fucking bear there.
Why do you think I put the window in it, the shooting port?
Oh, you can look. Got it.
So you can look before you step out. No, they're not problems unless you like feed them in with like bird feed and shit.
You probably step outside, see one, as soon as it sees you, it probably fucking jets.
Yeah.
Most animals are like that, except for snakes. I mean, evil bastards.
Well, the further north you go in Michigan, the less the Saga rattlers you have. So your odds are going up the further you go north of not seeing one.
Right.
So you can be our neighbors up there, huh? Ohio.
What's that?
You're gonna be our neighbor up there, huh? You don't like snakes where you're at or around where you're going. You
Yeah.
come on up.
They're at not that. Let me tell you. I guess I don't have to worry about them where I'm at because it's too much of an urban area. You know what I mean? Suburbs and stuff. Although people keep posting these fucking pictures, and I know they're not real because, I mean, it's a real picture, it's a real snake, but I've seen it like somebody from my family posted, "Hey, this was just taken in, such and such West Virginia," and then somebody that I know lives in Colorado, "Hey, this was just taken in fucking Denver, Colorado." It's the same damn snake, same picture, the same flower pot. Make sure before you pick your tomatoes, make sure you check underneath the leaves, so you don't get bit by a rattlesnake,
Well, you
But
should do that anyhow for bees or whatever else.
And snake, man, he's been in the same damn snake's been in like 6 different states in 3 weeks.
They hitchhike, I hear.
Yeah, he's a frequent flyer. He's got plenty of miles to burn.
Right.
Well, with all the migrants and homeless people we have in the United States now, they just ride in their backpack from town to town.
Yeah,
Same snake.
they catch the bus from Texas to New York and Texas to Chicago.
Yeah.
Although a lot of shit does come in off of like fruit crates and stuff like that. Fucking tarantulas and poisonous fucking lizards and shit. I've seen plenty of those things on like the news or whatever where somebody got bit by something poisonous that's from like Brazil. Like, well, how do you get here? Oh, it's in this fucking crate of oranges or whatever.
Right.
Remember we had the big thing back in the day about banana spiders in the bananas?
Spiders.
You had to check your bananas. Redneck Prepper said he had a big ass cat that wouldn't even, his dogs wouldn't even go off the porch.
I seen a picture on the internet of this girl holding this fucking cat, and it was huge. I'd never seen a cat that big. I don't know if the picture was real or fake or what, but it looked real.
What's that one breed that's really huge? They're really expensive too.
Maine Coon or something like that.
That might be it.
There's a guy I used to work with. He's like one of the exotic cat guys or whatever. He has 3 bobcats and a cougar that live in his fucking house.
Cool.
It's kind of cool, but his whole backyard is like netted in. It's like fenced in. It's got the netting all over it, and it's got like ropes and ramps and all kinds of crazy shit for them to go play on and stuff.
Right.
It looks like they do.
Cat toys.
He's one of those. He's big on like on his Facebook and stuff. He's a big advocate to get rid of like Carol Baskins and all that bullshit that she does, and the Lion or the Tiger King and all them guys.
Yeah, that's a bunch of weird shit. Redneck Prepper says his son heard a woman scream and went over to the neighbor's house to see what was going on, and they weren't home. So it sounds like the cat.
Yeah, I know mountain lions and bobcats that scream sound like a girl yelling for help.
Right on, Stump. Stump says that the wall behind you reminds him of a hardwood floor.
So you're
Yeah.
laying on the floor?
Yeah, Mom, I think I'm passed out. I've been drinking all week. But it's not paneling. It's actual wooden planks. They're all wooden. It's
Oh
not
wow.
paneling. So, and they're all nailed on, and they're rough. You get splinters on them.
Cool.
So,
I got a horror story for you. We had paneling, 70s paneling in the house when we were kids. And my sister was sitting on the couch just like you are, and she was running her finger up and down the groove.
the
We
groove.
got like a 4-inch sliver right under her fingernail from the
Oh.
paneling.
Good, yeah. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
know.
God! My dad had to tackle her to stop her from screaming and running around so he could pull it out with his pocket knife.
I got a big
It was a
chunk.
great moment.
I wouldn't even say it was a splinter, just a big chunk of wood that broke off up inside my foot. Because when I was young, when we built our house, you know how they have like the excavating all around it or whatever, and it's just nothing but fucking mud and shit before you on a brand new house.
Yeah.
We had that. Our driveway was cut in, but we didn't have a sidewalk or front steps, so we had like two fucking like what 10x2s or something like that, probably. Like a ramp off the porch down to the ground, and then we had a bunch of boards that went from there to the driveway, so you didn't step in mud. And I was barefoot, and I was coming down it, and jammed that shit right up underneath my toes. And
Oh.
dude, I'll never forget the pain.
Ow.
Yep.
Um,
All right,
Yeah.
folks, let's get out of here. I'm getting pooped. Anybody else?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm ready for bed.
And I got the markers.
hmm.
Well, you're just ready for bed because I'm here.
Right?
That outhouse will be well sanded,
Well, so-
especially the seating area because it's made out of that chipboard. So
yeah, don't forget that. I would probably put the plastic snack drawer in.
Huh?
Oh, you got to have a snack drawer in the outhouse.
Snack drawer.
I'm like, what is he talking about? A snack drawer.
I mean, you might have to like really grunt one out. You might be in there for like a half hour. So, you know, it's like maybe
provisions.
Steve, maybe even a mini fridge for like cool, refreshing drink or something, or a water fountain.
Redneck. Pepper.
Heated
Heated
seats.
seats. TV.
There you go, TV.
And
Yeah, if I had power to the place, I wouldn't need an outhouse. Just saying. All right, folks, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for coming in, all the silent watchers, even the ones that shouldn't be watching. What up? Hey.
Morning, friends.
Thanks for all your comments. 2 snaps up.
Yep.
Everybody have a great night.
Good night.
Dish, you want to tell the people when that video is coming out?
Well, you know, I did a real short video last week about the stuff you guys gave me for my birthday, and so far that's all I did. So at least I'm trying.
Hopefully, Shalisa finds her camera.
Right? Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.
Night,
Only
everyone.
It's hitting next week.
Yeah.